On Friday, kids across America walked out of school in protest of the damage that's being done to our climate by our fossil fuel oligarchs. Julia Olsen came on the program today to talk about it. Check this out. It's fascinating. And don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe to our channel. Executive Director and Chief Legal Counsel for Our Children's Trust, also an adjunct professor at the University of Oregon School of Law. OurChildren'sTrust.org is the website. The Twitter handle is YouthVGov, Y-O-U-T-H, V as in versus Gov, G-O-V. Julia, welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me.
So today we've got kids all across the nation walking out. Is this something that you all were involved with, or is just an organic process? I mean, how did this come about?
So the youth U.S. climate strike that's happening today was really inspired by Greta Thunberg, who is a climate activist in Sweden. She's 16, and she has been striking every Friday for quite a long time now, and she called on the youth of the world to join her on March 15th and do a school strike. And so 3 young girls in the U.S., 2 are in middle school and 1 is in high school, they took up the mantle to organize, and this is their youth-led effort, and we are supporting them, that this is their work.
That's great. That's great. So tell us, where is the recap the lawsuit for us, and then tell us where you're at on that right now, please.
Sure. So I assume you're talking about the Juliana versus U.S. lawsuit first?
That's correct.
Should we start with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Juliana case is right now pending in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. You might recall last fall we were about 10 days out from starting our trial, and the Supreme Court temporarily stayed that. And they ultimately let us move forward, but then the Ninth Circuit and the District Court decided that there should be an early review of some of the legal questions in the case. So we have fully briefed that appeal that's happening right now, and we will have oral arguments in Portland, Oregon in June, likely the first week of June.
That's great. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Are there other lawsuits? You said, you know, was I asking specifically about this one, or are you guys involved in other lawsuits as well?
We are. We support youth climate lawsuits against state governments here in the U.S., and we also support youth abroad who are suing their governments.
That's great.
And yeah, right in Oregon, there's an important case that's going up to the Oregon Supreme Court right now that is actually being supported by Multnomah County on the side of the youth.
That's great. And what are we calling for here? We're talking with Julia Olsen, the Executive Director of OurChildren'sTrust.org. Is it just to ask the federal government, and in the case of presumably state lawsuits, the state governments, to stop subsidizing fossil fuels, or to start subsidizing green energy? Or, I mean, how far are we going with these appeals?
Yeah, what the youth are seeking in each of these cases is first for the courts to engage on this existential threat, a threat that is really harming these young people's lives and their personal security and the fundamental rights that we all have, and to declare that the governments are infringing on those fundamental constitutional rights and destroying public trust resources like air and water, and then to order governments to not only stop the harmful practices like subsidies and continuing to promote fossil fuel energy, but to develop plans that would be based on what the scientists say is necessary to decarbonize our energy systems quickly enough to try to halt climate change.